St. Joseph Parish is a vibrant community that dates back to 1873. For over 140 years, our church has been serving the people of God. And while facilities and faces have changed over the years, one thing remains the same: our commitment to Jesus Christ and to be a community of disciples reaching out in service to all. Our church today is an active community comprised of over 3,100 households, led by clergy, religious, and a strong core of lay leaders and volunteers. There is an increasing number of ways that people of all ages can participate in the spiritual, educational, social, and service ministries of our church. Yet despite our strong heritage of activity and accomplishment, some significant challenges still remain. In 2006, we dedicated our new East Campus building. We built the East Campus to accommodate our growing school population, to allow space in our elementary school building for a preschool, and to add a family center, second gym, and meeting room space for our entire parish and parish ministries. Through 2 previous campaigns and the generous and constant offerings of our members, we have managed to pay for a good portion of the costs associated with the planning and building of the East Campus building, maintain our budget, make basic repairs, and cover necessary maintenance for our church in both campuses. So we need to first celebrate the tremendous efforts that have been made thus far and the beautiful new East Campus we have built. When we decided to build the East Campus, we knew we could not raise enough to cover the entire cost and that a mortgage was necessary. With the collection of essentially all campaign pledges, the remaining mortgage is now straining our budget and costs our church, and consequently our members, hundreds of thousands of dollars in principal and interest payments each year. The resulting lack of resources has caused us to defer much-needed maintenance repairs. It has prevented us from making any significant improvements to our facilities, and it has limited our ability to expand, improve, and add new ministries and outreach efforts. Consequently, it is now time to address these issues, to put our church on a firm financial footing and provide sufficient resources to further maintain our facilities and better provide for our ministries and outreach efforts. Our elementary school building is beginning to show its age. The newest part of the building is now over 25 years old, and the majority of the mechanicals were installed in 1986. Almost 2 years ago, we experienced a boiler and heater problem, which was temporarily resolved, but our experts indicated that we could expect additional boiler heater problems based on the age of the system. Then in May 2012, we experienced an air conditioning problem. Since the school year was nearly concluded, we decided to operate the school without air conditioning. In the interim, we asked our HVAC contractor to evaluate our situation and provide some repair options and other solutions. Because of the age of our HVAC systems, neither our heating nor air conditioning system is energy efficient, nor does it offer us any savings as newer models would. Therefore, besides the prospect of costly repairs, our current systems also cost our church more money on a monthly basis than newer systems would to heat and cool our facilities. Consequently, making a change would be cost-effective for our future. We also need to substantially reduce and hopefully retire our parish debt. We have a bank line of credit with current interest at 2.95%, which allows up to $1,250,000 of borrowings. It was originally used to acquire property that became available so that we could protect and expand property boundaries. It was also used to pay for some major equipment and fluctuating operating needs. While the balance changes each month due to cash flow, it totaled approximately $700,000 at the end of June 2013 and will increase to approximately $1 million over the course of the fiscal year. Even after 2 capital campaigns and associated generous pledges that were received for the East Campus building in the amount of approximately $4,300,000, we had to take out a 15-year, $3,561,000 loan from the diocese. The adjustable interest rate has fluctuated over the years from approximately 6.5% to 4.25% currently. We are also especially and continuously grateful to the dozens of parishioners who have made additional pledges over the last few years in the amount of $252,000 in an effort to make payments on and reduce our debt. But as of June 30th, 2013, our outstanding loan from the diocese stands at approximately $2,300,000. This loan currently requires a payment of $26,340 per month for the remaining 9-year term of the loan. While the parish has no other outstanding debts and all vendor obligations are paid on a current basis, our combined debt will total approximately $3,300,000. This is a higher amount than we had hoped for at this time and adversely affects our ability as a parish to expand and enhance needed programs, services, and ministries and address all other needed facility maintenance and repairs. The diocese has set a condition for improving the first phase of the HVAC upgrade project to reduce the maximum line of credit by $500,000 from $1,250,000 to $750,000 by July 2014. By eliminating our monthly debt payment obligation of $26,340 to the diocese, St. Joseph will be able to allocate more money to our many ministries and programs, as well as set aside funds for emergencies and future upkeep of our facilities. As stated in our mission statement, we strive to be a faith community of disciples reaching out in service to all. We do this through worship, faith enrichment, and serving our community. We have many ministries in our church: parish and community outreach, faith formation for youth and adults, liturgical, sacramental, education, service, music, and athletics. We are currently researching and assessing how we can best allocate funds to strengthen, grow, and utilize resources for these ministries. In the way of education and faith formation for youth, we'd like to do two things. First, we would like to decelerate future tuition increases so that educational expenses are more affordable for families. Secondly, we would like to allocate more resources to our youth formation for public school children from preschool through high school, enhancing and expanding existing programs and offering new opportunities for youth and family enrichment. Due to the age of our buildings, we'd also like to initiate a rainy day fund to take care of some of those impending larger maintenance costs, like replacing our roofs that are over 25 years old. There are several projects that have been deferred because we simply don't have the funds to address them. To address these various needs, we have a plan that we believe will serve the parish in the most effective way. It calls for upgrading our grade school's heating, ventilating, and cooling system, reducing or completely retiring our debt, and as a result, allocating more funds to our ministries and facilities. Our Building and Facilities Committee considered a short-term fix as well as a comprehensive approach to our elementary school building's heating and air conditioning problem. The comprehensive approach would include a major upgrade to both the heating and air conditioning systems. After much discussion and analysis, both the Building and Facilities Committee and the Finance Council recommended that we move forward with the comprehensive approach for the air conditioning and heating and ventilation upgrade. The upgrade will be handled in two phases. The estimated cost of the total upgrade is nearly $700,000. Our parishioners who use this building for adult education, scouts, meetings, summer religious education programs, vacation Bible school, as well as our school students and staff will benefit from this upgrade, especially in the late spring, summer, and early fall when rising temperatures make the building uncomfortable. Upgrading the HVAC to a newer, more energy-efficient system will also save our church money on a monthly basis. Lastly, even though school enrollment has declined as it has at other Sylvania schools due to demographic shifts in the area, making these changes will continue to ensure that our school facility is competitive, which will attract good teachers and additional students. The first phase of our HVAC upgrade plan will include replacing the boilers and hot water tank with 2 energy-efficient boilers with indirect domestic hot water and replacing the 30-ton chiller and ice storage tanks with a 65-ton chiller. The cost of the first phase will be approximately $250,000, which will be paid through current operating funds of $80,000 and the balance from the line of credit. The second phase will cost approximately $450,000 and will be funded by this capital campaign. This phase will include upgrading the pneumatic control system to a DDC system, replacing the 3 rooftop units that provide air conditioning to the library, replacing and/or upgrading the existing classroom unit, ventilators and controls, and paying the necessary engineering fees. Our plans include reducing what we currently owe on our line of credit. This line of credit currently stands at approximately $700,000, and our plan is to reduce the principal sum that we owe and ideally pay it off in full by the end of 2016. We also hope to retire the debt owed to the diocese of $2,300,000 with its monthly debt service payment of $26,340 or $316,080 a year, which would then free funds for other more productive uses. We need to remember that all St. Joseph parishioners, not just the school students, are benefiting from our beautiful new East Campus facility. Many non-students and adult members use the facility for meetings, events, weddings, funeral luncheons, CYO athletics, and other activities as well. Finally, our plans also include a desire to allocate more funds to our ministries and facilities. In fact, the major objective of retiring our debt is to free up funds so that they can be allocated to our ministries and facilities. St. Joseph has been a beacon of light both in and beyond our community for 140 years. Our parish has been blessed in so many ways. We have been a blessing to many as well. We would like to continue our passion for ministry and to serve our community by focusing on areas where we can have the most impact so we can continue to carry out our mission and purpose of striving to be a community of disciples reaching out in service to all. Some of the areas we can impact by reducing or retiring our debt are: improve and enhance ministries and services we currently provide based on input from the parish. Enhance and expand our youth formation program for our public school children from preschool through high school. Decelerate tuition increases and increase subsidies for tuition to attract more families who may not otherwise be able to afford a Catholic education. Set aside money for future capital improvements and emergencies. Our buildings are aging and we need to proactively save money for major repairs, maintenance, and upkeep of our facilities. To address our needs and plans, we are initiating an intensive fundraising effort called the Foundation for Our Future campaign. Our aim with this important effort is to raise the funds required to replace the HVAC system at the elementary school building and reduce and hopefully fully retire our parish debt, which will provide a firm foundation for our future, enabling us to continue to improve parish ministries and maintain our facilities. Our minimum goal is $3 million, which will enable us to replace the HVAC system in the elementary school building, pay down our line of credit, and pay down our diocesan loan. A challenge goal of $4 million has also been set, which, if met, will enable us to fully retire our total debt. In order to reach our financial objectives, we will need both a substantial number of givers and a few fairly substantial gifts. So all members are asked to consider gifts above and beyond what they give in their regular offerings and other contributions toward this special campaign. And there is a variety of ways that gifts can be made. Long-term subscriptions or pledges payable over 3 years are easier for most and essential to meeting our goal, since it would be impractical, if not impossible, to reach our objectives with one-time out-of-pocket gifts. Gifts may be made monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual installments at the donor's discretion, and a 10% initial investment toward your total pledge is requested. Non-cash gifts are an additional or alternative way you can support our cause. You may, for example, wish to consider gifts in kind, such as labor and materials, gifts of securities, such as stocks and bonds, gifts of real estate, or even gifts of personal property, such as artwork, automobiles, jewelry, and antiques. And finally, you can also choose to support our efforts through deferred gifts. These are gifts that can be given or arranged for now, but will not be received until later, and include gifts through a person's will by bequest, gifts of life insurance policies or annuities, and gifts in trust. There are also a number of very special gift opportunities left over from our previous project that are available to donors of qualifying cumulative gift amounts. These opportunities offer people the unique chance to designate their gifts to a particular portion of our previous project and dedicate them in honor or memory of those they choose. And even though debt reduction campaigns aren't usually perceived as exciting, look at the substantial savings that gifts of various sizes can help us to realize over the life of our loan, which is truly exciting, as well as the things that these savings will enable us to do here in our church, which is even more exciting. Donors of specific gift items will have their names and/or the names of those that they are honoring with their gifts recognized in a special way. And all donors, regardless of the size of their gifts, will have their names included in a special bulletin insert and on a special donor book that will be displayed in a prominent and visible place within our East Campus facility at the conclusion of our campaign. But whatever the gift or method of making it may be, please be assured that your support is both urgently needed and will be greatly appreciated. Through the prayerful, volunteer, and financial support of many, and the extraordinary support of a few, we will succeed in our task. And as a result, our past will only be prologue to an even more fruitful future here at St. Joseph Parish. Won't you please join us in this exciting and essential effort to better ourselves and service to one another, to our community, and to Christ.